This is a deposition of Kenner garbage wizard, Nicky Nicolosi. Throughout the course of this deposition, Nicky takes the fifth more than 120 times, because answering it might incriminate him. Who do you provide consulting services for?
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment right under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
Have you consulted for Sidney Torres?
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment right under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
What about IV waste?
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment right under the U.S. Constitution, decline to answer.
Are you sure about IV waste?
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
What is your relationship to Mayor Benzon?
How would you describe your relationship with Nick Nicolosi?
Object to the form of the question.
Friends.
Mr. Nicolosi providing support to the city of Kenner?
I guess so, yeah. I guess as again, the trusted advisor position.
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment right under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
Are you Benzon's friend?
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment right under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
Did any lawyer with Shahardi Sherman represent you?
David Sherman. I think that's privilege.
Who is the person speaking into the microphone in front of the IV waste truck?
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
Your email address, nicolosi626@gmail.com.
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
It's sketchy that he brings a criminal attorney to a civil deposition, and she won't let him give his email, right?
Do you know Julie Tafaro?
Yes.
Wait,
he actually answered something.
Who is Julie Tafaro?
She is an employee manager.
A manager of what?
IV waste.
Okay. How did you come to know Ms. Tafaro?
Based on the advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
Why was the city of Kenner's city attorney sending you a draft of a solid waste collection contract between the city of Kenner and IV waste?
Based on advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
Have you ever heard of a company called Solutions or Solulix?
Based on advice of counsel, I assert my Fifth Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution and decline to answer.
Don't worry, we'll get to them.
Mr. Nicolosi, do you have a Facebook account?
Yep, he took the fifth on that too. Why won't Nicky answer?